It's a no-brainer that podcasting is a great way to show off your expertise or build a personal brand. But getting your podcast into the ears of listeners can be a total buzzkill. Well, now it doesn't have to be. Get ready for fewer technical headaches with an all-in-one platform for publishing and sharing your podcast in today's product showcase. How's it going? It's your girl Christy from AppSumo, and today we are talking about Podcast.co, an all-inclusive platform for podcasters to publish, organize, distribute, and grow their podcast. Before I take you on a tour of Podcast.co, make sure you're subscribed to AppSumo's channel so you don't miss out on our awesome deals. Now let's dive in. Podcast.co lets you create a new podcast, import an existing podcast, or create your own podcast network. You know, if you're the ambitious type with more than one podcast in mind. If you're already podcasting, go ahead and enter in your old RSS feed and update the settings. Then Podcast.co will do its thing for a few minutes until, ta-da, all of your episodes are uploaded into the platform. If this is your first go at the mic, you can set up a new podcast in just a few minutes. First, fill out the details of your podcast, and these can be changed later. Then enter your desired RSS feed URL. This cannot be changed. Podcast.co will automatically generate your RSS feed and host all of your episodes on its super fast network, so you don't have to worry about the technical bits. And once you're on your way, your dashboard will be populated with podcasts separated into 3 categories: published, scheduled, and unlisted. In the meantime, uploading an episode could not be easier. Just hit the Upload Episode button in the top corner and drag and drop the audio file you want to upload. Every podcast gets its own Podcast.co webpage that you can customize to match your branding. Your podcast can also be embedded onto your website and played on all devices. Now here's where Podcast.co gets super helpful. You can totally DIY when it comes to submitting your RSS feeds to directories for distribution, or Podcast.co will take on the trouble for you. Just hit Distribute My Podcast and watch the icons light up as your podcast gets accepted onto the platform. Podcast.co is full of helpful tools. Their custom subscription button links to up to 5 different directories, so you never overcrowd your website with ugly subscribe buttons. You can monetize your podcast by adding Patreon and PayPal donation links to your podcast page. And with constant feature updates and added integrations, Podcast.co is only going to get better. Sumo links, there's never been a better time to share your stories and amplify your voice. Keep the technical side of things easy so you can focus on creating great content for your listeners with Podcast.co. Why? Why at the end? Why do I always mess that up at the end? God. Pressure's on. I said we want it to be done by noon. What time is it? It's noon right now. Hey everybody, it's